Wait a minute. That's not a Mustang. Hey guys, it's Dan again, and today I recently I managed to acquire a Trojan T28. This is a Parkzone T28. It's a lot bigger in person, actually. Trust me. Yep. And yeah, I got it on Facebook Marketplace for, wait for it, $70. Yep. I got that bad boy for that much. So that I'd say it's a good deal, but it looks a little bit rough. So what we're gonna do is, it hasn't been run for a while. It is electric though this time, so we're good on that. So it's got some spots on it. Yeah. It's got this weird doohickey, apparently, that drops little parachute guys off the side. Apparently, put little parachute men there, and then you just go out of it. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to get it started. I'm going to taxi it around a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to bind to this receiver, because take a look at this receiver. Gee, that looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yep, that's the same receiver in the Hangar 9 Mustang. So, essentially, I'm going to use the same transmitter. But it's electric, so I got good old-fashioned Spectrum battery. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bind this. I'm going to show you how to do that. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where they don't exactly go over how to do this properly. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to bind this, and then I might taxi it around here a little bit without breaking anything. Then we're going to take it out and fly it, see if it flies any good, and then maybe even drop some little parachute guys off of it. It came with a whole bunch of parts, a brand new nose cone. Well, it was brand new at one point. Two blade propellers. So that's cool. Those might actually fit on the Hangar 9 Mustang. So that's kind of cool. Came with landing gear. This piece, something, maybe an electric engine gas conversion. The little parachute guys, and rear, yeah, up and down flap. So, we're gonna just start by binding this. So, the first thing I'm gonna do, this is only with the DX6i. May not work on your controller, but this is how it's done typically. Is you go here, and then hit your menu button, and you scroll over to Model Select. Hit that. Model 2 is blank, so that's going to be mine. It's going to go to Download. Alright, so now it's on Download. Now, you can exit this out or go to the main menu, but I'm just gonna turn it off. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in this. This is a binder. It needs a binder to bind to the remote. I'm gonna plug this in the same way into this slot here that says bind. for those of you who are experienced, you can skip ahead of this. So, yep. I don't have my tripod right now, so you gotta just bear with me. Doing everything one-handed. Alright, so that's in the slot. Now, don't be scared. Take your battery power. This is a Spectrum battery, I know, it's a scam. But what isn't at this point? I mean, this thing is duct taped together. We'll see if this will go. I mean, all the hot glue and everything. Anyways, so now I'm gonna plug this in. Might need 2 hands for this. So, just gonna plug in my battery. You guys can't see. Whoops. Whoops. Just gonna take that little thing and then put it in there. And nice and firm. Make sure it goes in there. Good. I'm doing my best here, everybody. Give me a second. So, I'll put the battery in. Yep, and the phone fell down. Okay, 2 seconds later. Yeah, this is difficult to plug in. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even fit in there right. I don't know what Spectrum was really thinking about that. I don't know where to place these. Do you place them in the front? Place them in the back? I think the front might be better because that's where the landing gear is. Just me. But you can see that little orange light's flashing. That means it's trying to bind right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my remote. I'm going to hold this thing up that's normally a trainer. I'm going to hold it up, and then I'm going to turn it on. And now it's binding. So that weird noise, that was it binding. That was a scary sound. Now it's making weird noises. I don't like that, but maybe I do. Okay. So it's a mess, but just ignore that. You know, don't need any of that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this and we're gonna just pretend like we didn't see that. Yep. I actually do kind of want to put this somewhere, so that way, does it go there? No. Put that there. Well, ain't gonna fit there either. So I don't really know how these things typically go on there. I mean, does this little guy go into the hole here? Does it go up here? Does it go there? 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 There's no great way to put this. I mean, like, that seems best to me. But then the cockpit doesn't fit, so... yeah. Up towards the front. I think. Right there. Push in. Good. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, now we're cooking. Alright. So let's see if I can taxi it around really quick, just to show you. We have everything. And I'm about to name the model here too. We'll do that in a second. But, ooh, those are quick. Up and down button. Looks good. Drum roll, please. That's a little weird. as you can see, it goes, but that's backwards. So we gotta fix that. Tell me the ailerons aren't backwards. Well, so apparently, in order to fix this issue with the ailerons were reversed and the rudder was reversed. So to fix that, what I did was I went here and clicked on the menu, go to model select, and you keep scrolling. There's more. Select the model. Okay, then you go down. It should be here. Acrobat, list, model type. Oh, there we go. So that's how you do that. And then you go to reverse, and you select these, and then you go to aileron and rudder. You don't want to reverse that throttle now. That would be a very bad day. But yeah, so you can go over here, and I'm gonna set it to reverse. Then I'm gonna go straight back to the list. So it's simple. You can even set a throttle cut. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna set the throttle cut on the Mustang over there, the Hangar 9. So yeah, that's the really long runaround way of doing that. Alright guys, so I am back. I am at the AMA field today, and the Trojan, I think, is ready for its maiden voyage. I don't have a GoPro on me right now, so I'm going to set you guys up as best as I can, and we're going to take it off. And the wind is between moderate and not so bad. It's cold. So, got everything ready to go. It's even getting pushed across the table, so it must be ready to fly it. Hopefully that rubber band doesn't get caught in anything. Ooh, yeah, she turns. Okay. Alright, here we go. And a crash. Did I break any propellers this time? Looks like I broke something. Yep. More than that. Yep. Well, that is exactly why I have super glue, everybody. So, hot glue gun ain't gonna do that. So, that thing just took right off. And, yeah. Right in, just split. it looks like it was kind of not in good shape to begin with. So, anyways, so the maiden flight did not work out so well. The front end of this got completely smashed. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to repair this. I was going to use some foam glue, but it also says water cleanup, which tells me that this is water soluble, which means, you guessed it, if it gets any wet, then this will just come back apart and I'll be back exactly where I started, if not worse. So we're going to use a hot glue gun, and we're going to use some packing tape around that to stabilize it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the nose cone. I'm going to take off, which I think might be a little easier done than said. Yeah, it rips loose. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and I'm going to take off the prop, and we're going to replace the prop also while we're in here. I don't have the manual for this, so I have no idea how this comes apart or goes together, but we're going to find out. It looks like there's Allen keys in there. I don't know why there would be Allen keys attached to that. That's very strange. Okay, so I'm going to have to get, hopefully I can get this thing up in the air next time the weather's clear. So I think there's these little Allen key bits in here. I'm going to try my best to get those loose. One of them loose. I just don't know what size it takes. I knew that. Then maybe I could get it loose. I don't get why it's so small. Huh. So weird. Can't figure out what size Allen key this is. Well, I guess I could just rip this off. I have a replacement nose over there. Don't try this at home. Okay. Okay. So I figured out how to take this off, and it's really tricky, especially if you break your prop. These are not forgiving at all. You have to grab onto whatever nub is left, get you an Allen key, go in here, and then boom. It'll come right loose, just like that. So, not easy to take off, but there we go. And I don't think I had to loosen up those Allen keys in there at all. So, there's what's left of the 3-blade. Unfortunately, I do not have another 3-blade, but the person that sold this to me supplied me with parts, including a whole bunch of props, because I bet he figured that I was going to crash this, and indeed I did. So yeah, I'm going to take the motor out, and first I'm going to replace the propeller just because I want to do that. This is well, it says Parkzone T28 on it, so must be right for this. So they're all out of order, of I'm not going to unplug those. Instead, I'm going to unplug the one wire that I know I can remember how to put in right. And it looks like there's... Oh, that's for the landing gear. I think the cable might have bent, which is okay. It means I might have to replace this gear here that is infamous for breaking apparently. So I'm going to take the motor out next. And I know I did kind of jump the gun on this plane, but let's face it. It just goes to show, I mean, I was flying the XK Mustang just fine, and it's got AS3X or AS6X or whatever, and the gyro and all that other stuff in it, stabilized, but really, let's face it, if you fly all day on gyros and stabilizers and you try to jump into something else, you are not going to have a good time. When I first started flying planes, about 10 years ago, there was none of that. There just wasn't. It's a very recent invention. It's amazing what has come around in recent years. Like, this is the kind of stuff that was out when I first started flying planes. So, anyways, take this off as best I can. Well, maybe I do have to take this off like that, so this is where I get the paint pen. And this should just pop out kind of like that, I think. I'm going to inspect this, make sure that that push rod for the landing gear is not broken. This is one of the drawbacks of it not being a tail lander. Pieces. I'm going to throw that out. I just packed up all the pieces into it whenever I ran it into a field. Doesn't matter. As long as the landing gear is put in straight. And this little thing here is retightened. So, and I did get a GoPro, so I'm sorry about the footage last time. This time we will get full footage of it flying, and you guys will be able to see everything. Last time you could just see it go up and then crash off to the side. I wish I had gotten it on video, as horrible as it is, because, you know, makes the content at least interesting. But yeah, let's see if I can hot glue this thing right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel this off. You know what I might do up here with this? I might put ultra coat under here. What do you guys think? Ultra coat on the foamy? What? Never heard of it. Until Dan's channel came along. But I need to access this portion underneath here. That way I can put hot glue on it. Careful with knives, everybody. Careful with knives. Alright. This is just packing tape. That's all this is. It's crap. This is what's going to hold it together. And I guess I could put toothpicks in there. Right now this is kind of a test run, so we'll just see how this goes. So I'm going to start down here. Don't be shy with this stuff either. Just think about it like this. It's either use a bunch of this or crash again. Should have gotten the big glue gun. Yeah, that was a stupid decision. Okay, and smush. Make sure you do this fast. Do it really, 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 really freaking fast. This stuff, it will cool down and dry very quickly. Right. See, it's straight now. It's already very strong. It's not as perfect as it once was, but it'll be fine. Now I'm going to fill this crack. Again, with hot glue, do not be shy with it. Do not be shy. Get it all over. Everywhere. Okay. I could not find a good place to put these toothpicks, so all I did was I just put them like right in here, kind of, sort of, I don't want to say impale it, but I mean that's really what I did. Then here as well, I'm going to stick it here, just so that way it goes through point of impact. And there. Try not to poke yourself with these too. That would hurt. Speaking from personal. I mean, the packing tape looks really bad, but if it gets the job done, then I'm okay with it. doing this. Crap. Just. Yep. Cringe. You all heard that. Ran out of packing tape. Oh crap, I forgot. Motors, electric ones, they're magnetic. So, a magnetic screwdriver does not react well with it. Who would have thunk? Don't know what any of these numbers mean on these parts. I assume they were part numbers so we could replace things back when these were made, but of course, well, they still make these actually. Come to think of it, you could probably still get parts for this. Like I could probably get a whole new everything for it. Strong. Okay. Don't rip it out. Just, you know. Alright, so there you have it. Now it's on. I put some Tester's model paint on here. Doesn't look perfect. I don't think it looked perfect in the war either. So, oh, let me open the wires before I forget to do that somehow. I think these actually went under here before, but that's okay. Where the heck they went entirely. I think the idea is that it's meant to be somewhat nose heavy, so that way it can land on all three of its feet. So, oh. Yeah. Okay guys, so we are back at the field again, and this time luckily I got my GoPro on me. I posted in the Artsy Airplane forum on Facebook about the incident that happened with this. And some of you guys talked about the tape here, the tape and how it would weigh it down. I don't think a plane of this caliber will be affected by packing tape personally. It might affect the drag some. It's very cold today, so I'll probably only be out here for 10 minutes, but I'd like to see this thing fly for once. So let me just test the propeller. Also, oh, before I put it out there, I'd like to point out something. I looked at the crash, and I think what happened was my dual rates for my elevator were on, so I think that might have been affecting it. I mean, you can see this thing really has a lot of movement, especially in comparison to my XK Mustang that I usually fly. So we're going to try it again. This time it's got a 2-blade prop, so Yeah, that's not coming off. So, here we go. It's very windy too. This is not how the weather said it was going to be. So, hopefully it doesn't end up in another crash. Man, that is windy. Okay, here we go. Flight number 2. A little close there. That wind is catching me. And it crashed again. This time over on this side, which is not good. Yep, and it's definitely broke again. No hot glue this time. Yeah. Something is up with the elevator on this. I mean, I think whoever sold this to me last, really, he did not have this thing dialed in. This is also not like that, but what more could you ask for $70? I'm definitely going to get some time on my XK today, see how it handles the wind, but yeah, that's about it for flying this. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. See you guys next time.